Hi everyone, this is Lisa Ellen with Film is Life. Today we're talking about how to play Real Delights movie card games, and this is one of the introductory videos. And in this video specifically, we're going to talk about earning points and the basic guidelines for doing that. When earning points, the objective is fairly straightforward. It's to earn as many points as possible. You'll do this by calling out items according to the selected variation that the group has chosen. And we'll talk about variations in the next video. They're just, different flavors and different ways to play. Items will involve actors' names, titles of films, and in some cases, connections between the two, depending on which type of game you're playing. Note that some games have their own specific approach, and if they have their own, unique variation to that game, that will be described in the game instructions, and then whatever those rules are would trump anything we're talking about here. The basic portion of a turn in which you're going to earn points is referred to as playing for points, and you'll see that term a lot as we go through the different games. When you're playing for points, if you're playing off a card and you're playing from a title that's part of a franchise, then you can use any installment in that franchise. So if the card says Batman, you can choose from any of the installments made around the Batman movies and so on. If it's from a remake, for example, then any version of that remake would work. So again, King Kong has been made several times, Body Snatchers has been made several times. You've got two versions that are Invasion and then one that's Body Snatchers, then I guess even the Invasion would work. But again, for the franchises and the remakes, as long as you're playing from one of that complete wholeness, then you can play from any of those, and that's pretty cool. So you're in good shape if you land on one of those. When playing, as far as calling out the points, you must state aloud the underlying item so that everybody knows what you're doing. You don't just call them out apparently at random. The point being so they can challenge if they feel that that is appropriate. So for example, if I'm playing from Emma Stone, I would say Emma Stone, title A, title B, title C. Or if I'm playing from the title The Help, I'd say The Help, actor A, actor B, actor C. You don't have to get crazy about it. I wouldn't say Emma Stone, title A, Emma Stone, title B. That would be ridiculous. But the point being, everybody needs to know that I'm playing from Emma Stone. So in case I blow it or I'm trying to skate by on something, then somebody else could challenge if they feel that's appropriate. Some variations in some games will involve making connections. In this case, what you're going to do is join the names and the titles on the card that you have, that you're playing from, using titles that you have in your head. So in this way, your own film repertoire comes into play. So you don't have to stick with the contents of the cards. You have to connect between the items on the cards. But you can use your own repertoire on what you already know, including films that have come out since the deck was published, things that are in the theater now, whatever. As long as you know about it and you can defend it, you can use it. So let's look at some examples. Let's say we have a people card here, and we also have this number 2 action card that we're going to use for playing for points. So looking at these, we can see that Natalie Portman is on the people card, and she appeared in The Professional. So boom, there's a connection. We can also look and see that Greg Kinnear and Sigourney Weaver are both on the card, and they were both in Baby Mama. And while we have Baby Mama on the mind, we can remember that James Rebhorn was in Baby Mama, and he appeared in Independence Day. So there's a connection. Let's say we're playing from 2 people cards then, and we're going to connect Sigourney Weaver with Amanda Seyfried over here on the right. So how might we do that? Well, Sigourney Weaver starred in Imaginary Heroes with Jeff Daniels, who starred in The Squid and the Whale with Jesse Eisenberg, who starred in The Social Network with Justin Timberlake, who starred in Time, also starring Amanda Seyfried. And that way we get from Sigourney Weaver to Amanda Seyfried. again, let's say we're playing off Amanda's people card here, and we're playing to the biography card on the left, and we're going to connect Amanda Seyfried to The Sound of Music. Amanda Seyfried was in Time with Justin Timberlake, who was with Jesse Eisenberg in The Social Network, who also starred with Rooney Mara, who starred in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, also starring Christopher Plummer, who of course starred in The Sound of Music. So as you can see, there are multiple correct answers when we are connecting items between cards. So you don't have to feel boxed in by anything, and it gives you lots of leeway. There's also no limit to the number of junctures. So again, Natalie Portman to The Professional, that was pretty straightforward. Amanda Seyfried to The Sound of Music took more, but we got there. So however many it takes you to get there is perfectly fine. There's no benefit or penalty to however many number of junctures you use. The one requirement is the work must be cinematic. We can't use things that are made for TV, television appearances or shows or series. The movie can't have been made for cable, for example. These are only theatrical cinematic releases. And then, of course, including the DVDs, obviously, but does not have to currently be in the theater. Obscure is okay. So if you happen to know who Željko Ivanek is and are familiar with his work, or you've seen Sneakers, then you're in really good shape, because I think between the two of them, actually, you could probably reach thousands of titles. But the point being is these do not have to be the main headliners, okay? You don't have to be the stars of the film, and if you can defend it, you can use it. And that's it for the basics of earning points. If you're new and you're going through these in a sequential order, then I suggest that you next go on to earning points, the variations. And these are just the different variations that can be used in any game. If not, and then you're good to go, and I hope you're enjoying your cards. Again, this has been Lisa Ellen with Film is Life.